yeah, without sleep, so a little interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that.
Well, thank you for that compliment.
You're welcome.
All right, so I have two questions that I want to address on the little article we read about 2 days with no phone. So we're going to go over the first two questions, but then we're going to focus just on one of them at this moment, okay? So the first one asks,
Okay.
what effects might too much texting have on students' relationships? And then the next one is, what is sleep texting? So if we go back to our first one, it's asking in regards to the effects on texting for students' relationship. And do you have a little guess as to what effects could mean?
Yeah, I think that affects means like what would happen if a student was texting too much.
Okay, and if we look in our article, is there some key words or phrases that could describe some types of effects?
Okay, let's see. Types of effects. Well, it looks like they say that they might not spend enough time talking with others face to face. Also, yeah, it could be hurting their relationships with friends and family. So I guess, yeah, they need to learn how to talk to each other face to face, which always seems kind of funny to me when I was reading this because we talk to each other face to face all the time. Like I'm in this classroom and I talk to my family and I don't know.
On that
How can we
last,
forget that?
usually students get caught up in texting where they don't need to talk face to face. So we want to know the effects as to what can cause the relationship. So you were saying that that students were able to text. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Students
Okay.
have limited time talking with family if they're texting. Is that or face to face? Is my understanding.
Yeah, that's what it says. It seems like they have like less, they don't spend enough time. So yeah, I think that's it. Am I getting it right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a little different wording how we can explain this. So you have a great example as to you spend a lot of time face to face and talking with family face to face. So I'm trying to word it as to what can texting affect that. Would there be a lack of it? Would there be a lot of face to face? What would the relationship between your family and you if you text all the time? Would it be good? Would it be bad?
Well, I think that if you don't get enough time talking, then it's going to be harder. Like, yeah, like if you don't talk every day, then you have a long time to catch up, maybe.
Okay,
Like, because your family would know what's going on.
definitely. So that could be something we can write down as a response. Lack of connection with family members.
Oh, okay, you want me to write that down now?
That'd be great. So we have that down as one of our options as a response.
Okay, I think I got it down.
All right, so I'm looking here and I'm seeing that it comes up a lot of relaxing and downtime. If I'm texting all the time, my friends, my family, do I have any effects on my sleep, on my relaxing, my stress maybe? Could that be a contribute or a effect on students' relationships?
Yeah, I guess, well, it did say that that's like a lot of students aren't getting the right amount of sleep. So, yeah, I guess if you're tired, maybe you're going to be kind of grumpy. I mean, I hear that a lot. I don't always feel that way myself, but I hear that from people that if they feel really tired, then they're kind of grumpy. I mean, I think my parents have even told me that
tension or negative
Yeah.
feelings between people?
Yeah. Like if you weren't able to get good sleep, like then yeah, you'd be feeling kind of grumpy, and then you'd be more mean to people, and then they wouldn't like you as much, and I guess it could go on and on like that.
On and on. Okay, how can we phrase that as a response? Saying that someone's grumpy, or if we don't have enough sleep, it can cause tension. How would you phrase that?
I guess I would say if you are not getting good sleep because you're texting all the time, then you might be in a bad mood, and it might be really hard for you to be around your friends and family. I don't know. Is that
No,
right?
that's great. Go ahead and write that down.
Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Perfect. All right. I have one more question about the first one. When we talk about students' relationships, what does relationships mean to you?
Well, I think it's just anybody that you know. Like, your parents, and, your friends, and, your teachers, and just anybody that you know personally. Like, I guess I don't have a relationship to a stranger.
Okay.
Or even there's some people I don't really know, like my mailman. I never see my mailman. So I guess I don't really have a relationship with them.
All right. What I'm trying to understand here is students' relationship. Could it mean how that student feels about others, or how others feel about that student when they're texting? Could it go either way?
Oh. Yeah. I guess I didn't think about that, but
Okay.
it's probably talking about both sides.
So we have first
Yeah.
that students can get grumpy and cause some tension between the parents or family members. And I want to look at what effects could have on, what effects can have on texting, that students text a lot, on the family member. How would the parents feel if the student texted a lot?
I think, let's see, I think the parents would feel like annoyed by it. I think most parents don't like it because they think you don't need to be doing that, or maybe you should be doing something else, like doing your homework or
Something more
walking
important?
the dog, or
Okay.
something like that. So if you're spending all your time texting, they might think, maybe you're, I don't know, not doing what you're supposed to.
Okay, so how would our friends feel if you were texting all the time?
Well, if you're texting them, they might like it.
True. What if they were texting someone else, or they weren't paying attention to you?
Yeah, I don't think that would feel so good. Like, if I was hanging out with my friend Tyler and he was texting somebody else, I think I would just be like, are you listening to me? Or like,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it would feel very good.
Okay, so let's phrase that in something that we can write as a response to just wrap up this first question, okay? So we can see that other people can feel left out. If we look here in our book, or in the article, we see we have a vocab word that is isolated, alone, separated from others. Would that be a good example of others' feelings about not?
Yeah, like they would feel isolated if you were texting and you were around them.
Okay.
And they were not knowing what was going on.
I think that would be a great response to write down. So if you want to go ahead and write that.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Okay, I think I got it.
so we'll wrap up at that first question there. We'll stop.